All right, everybody, good morning and happy Tuesday. Pretty good day out there today, but a little bit choppier, slower. A lot of stuff going on over there in the Middle East today, so causing some volatility out there. Maybe not on the good side, but overall still a green day today. Executed very, very well. I want to talk about how to know when to exit trades and being able to separate yourself from trying to make money and trying to manage risk, right? Your primary job is not to make money, it's to manage risk. And as a byproduct, you will make money. Let's talk about all these trades. I traded about 7 different stocks today. And I know you're thinking, well, did you overtrade? I didn't. I took the same number of trades I always take. It was just, well, let's talk about it. So I want to start with what we were watching going in the market open today. We were watching a lot. We had about 5 setups that I was looking at. And funny enough, I think I traded most of them except for maybe a handful or one or two. DVB, IPST, LNAI, XI, MOBX, and SILO. Now, like I said, I think I traded most of these today. And my day is, I ended it off on a good note, but the problem was a lot of stuff just wasn't giving follow through, a lot of short lived moves. So I came into the open today, I was watching LNAI. Now, the game plan here was pretty simple. And I saw this setting up from pre market, it looked pretty dang good. So I was watching for continuation out of the open. Now, I played it, and I played this well. I have some good profit on this. Now, we broke over the highs from pre market, and I was wanting to watch for continuation up into the bell, where I saw price pull back off the 9 EMA. As you can see, took an entry there, got to move back up into the previous high of day. That worked out well. I played it there from 45 cents to about, you can see about 50 cents a share. A nice way to break the ice, a 5-cent win, right? I come back and I try to play the pullback for the retest of that high going up into the bell. I take a very small loss. I come back out of the open and I see buyers starting to swarm back in. You can see this candle pops up before the bell. Next candle pulls back. Well, I'm wanting to see a rip back up through these pre-market highs. I punch it. I get kind of aggressive. Thankfully, I kept it a little bit loose. It worked out well. And you can see I was risking off of the low of this range off of the up in the 20 EMA. And it pulled back up into the highs, and I got the move I was looking for. I ultimately played it here from 47 cents all the way to 53 cents a share. So I've got my one big win, my two big wins, my one little tiny loss. Overall, really good way to start the day. Right, and of course, took a full exit down there at my entry as price projected back beneath that previous high. I'm happy from here. I started the morning with some profit. We're looking good. We're cooking. I'm happy. Always good to start the day with some profit cushion. Makes the day a whole lot easier. Now, this right here is really the summary of what we saw this morning. After this, well, let's just run through the whole list of what I traded. Nothing else was happening. And we had this 3 center here perking up. 3 cents a share. Typically, I wouldn't trade something that's 3 cents a share, but I saw this, nothing else was moving, and I said, well, shoot, price action's pretty dang good. This thing is so beat down, I want to try and play it. So I saw an opportunity, and I had to take it. I had to take it. Yeah. So I was able to take 2 profitable trades on this. Yeah, I'm happy. So in any case, this gets setting up. We can see we have the previous high of day, formed this big wick off the high here. I drag this on over just like so. This being your past area of supply. This gets breaking up higher. Of course, as you clear an area of supply, I want to see it pull back and then confirm that it is now going to become an area of demand. Well, price pulls back, puts in place this wick out of this zone, right, to grab liquidity and confirm this is now an area of demand. As the next candle opens, I take the entry, risking off of the 20 EMA for the room back up into the previous high of day. Overall, I had the entry there at 45 cents, risking off 43 cents for the range back to, you can see 50 cents. So again, happy with that. I will take it. It then it pulls back again. You can see puts in place. Look at this. It puts in place this lower high, or this lower low, excuse me, lower low. Starts to break back out, tries to put in place this higher low where I took another entry for the breakout higher. I got the move, but guess what? Look how short-lived this was. Right, so it breaks out, topping tail rejection. I'm able to take some profits up into strength, get my stops raised, and take a full exit. So again, this is like what the whole morning looked like. You had a really good trade here. I came back on the re-entry, tried to play it again, and again, it was just so short-lived. Again, I had it there. I'll show you to be exact. I had it there from 45 again, back to, got to move to 49. Overall, though, after my scales, my trims, it was like 45 to 46. All right, so profit. The problem is a lot of people, though, and I'm sure you can agree with this, and you can, this happened with yourself today, too. A lot of people just want more. They want bigger moves. And so what do? They ignore this. They hold on to it. They don't trim. They don't take anything off the table. They let it flip red. Now their green trade just turned red. I saw that happen so much today. Went on over to AIXI, which you can see here. This thing made a big move today. I'm barely green on this, right? I'm about a half hour in the green on this. But again, the problem with stuff like this, people just have a hard time managing risk. On this, it halts up, it pulls back off the 9 EMA. I take it off the 9 EMA twice off the pullback, see if we couldn't get curling back up through those highs. Unfortunately, again, didn't give instant resolution, right? Chops around, chops around. So topping tail rejection, I take a full exit again for small profit. Again, I traded this perfectly. I played it from 136 back to about 138. Not much profit, but better than turning it red. So I played it very well, but again, a lot of people get greedy. They hold on to it. They ignore these red flags. They ignore the fact this thing is most likely not going to be heading higher. Held on to it. And they take losses on these things for no reason. Again, stressing the importance of managing risk. Silo, next. Same exact story. I have a very small win on this. I had a play here where I popped through 60. Got to move all the way to 63 cents. Took some profits into the highs. It rejects. I take a full exit. Again, at least I'm out with a small win. Pretty much break even. But again, a lot of people hold on. They can't stomach the fact that they're going to have to take a small win and they take a loss for no reason. And a lot of people, somebody told me this morning, the reason why they don't manage risk the way they need to is because they're on a cash account and don't want to waste their funds. Well, now you're just losing money for no reason. So which one do you want to have? You want to lose money for no reason or do you want to manage risk? Right? You've got to manage risk. Ultimately, you cannot blame a cash account for being the reason why you aren't managing risk and trading properly. That's ultimately the reason why most traders fail, is because they trade their account like a small account rather than trading it like anybody else would. When you treat a small account like a small account, you're just going to lose money, right? Because it means ultimately you're trying to get rich quick. You are, right, trading differently solely because of your account size, not because of the market, not because of the chart, not because of anything else except for your account size. And for that, you cannot do. I know it's like, well, gosh, I don't want to run out of day trades. I don't want to run out of opportunities. Well, realistically, if you're sizing properly, risking 0.5% of your account per trade, you can, on average, take between 5, 6, 7 trades a day with zero problem on cash. Anyway, so moving on here to TDIC. This is a really good setup that I actually got a pretty nice move on. Of course, have these lower highs, putting in place this really nice tightening wedge. We see volume come back in here on the break of VWAP. As price breaks over VWAP, of course, I have the breakout of this tightening wedge. Take a look here. We have the breakout of this tightening wedge. Price pulls back after that candle closes. After that candle gets bought back up above VWAP in the 9 EMA, which is my perfect piece of confluence. This is my perfect setup. Took the entry, risking off the 20 EMA. Take some good size on this too. Look at this. I'm in here literally under 21 at 20.90, risking off of 20, so about a cent of risk, and had range back up into the previous high of day, which had me room all the way back up to about 25 cents. So ultimately, 5-to-1 risk, 4-to-1 risk to reward on the play. And as you can see, got to move here from 21 back to 23.50. Happy with that, as it rejected off the highs, took a full exit. You can see here, sellers off the highs, took a full exit. So again, happy with that. That was TDIC, not TMDE. I know we'll have that next. On TMDE, another case of one where people have a hard time selling when they need to. What happens? You get caught in the knife. So here on TMDE, guess what? I took it off the pullbacks. This thing has this absurd first move. Look at this. Absurd first move. It just goes wild. I'm looking for pullbacks. Well, it finally pulls back. Wick off the 9 EMA. I take it off the pullback to see if we couldn't get the extension higher through that previous high of day, which we began to see volume dry up. As you can see through here, volume dries up. It shows zero signs of wanting to head higher, and I took a full exit, right? Showed zero signs of wanting to head higher. Took a full exit. What do you know next? 3 candles later, this thing knifes and gives back everything, right? Again, a lot of people would have held on to this and ignored the red flags, and what do you know? Now you're stuck in a big knife. All because you didn't want to manage risk. And lastly, had SKYQ, which I wasn't really able to do anything with today. This thing was so choppy. This thing sucked. Hated price action, so, point on this. I'm overall flat on this. So I had some really good trades today on RDGT, LNAI, TDIC. Overall, was a pretty good day. But again, the problem lies with the fact where people have a hard time managing risk and accepting the fact that some trades are going to be small wins, break-even trades, small losses. Every day is not going to be like yesterday and be a massive green day. That's not how trading works. And the fact is, a lot of people have a hard time stomaching that, and that's why they get shopped around forcing trades, holding past their stops, oversizing. You're just not in the driver's seat. If it's not there, you have to just accept that. And a lot of people have a hard time accepting that. And you might be one of them. If you are, let me know in the comments below what the one thing you struggle with is on your trading on a daily basis. If I had to guess, it's probably this right here, is holding on too long. Holding on to losers for too long, holding on to winners for too long, turning them into losers. And, the biggest things that you've got to work on. I can't say that today was easy because it definitely was not an easy day. It's a day where you had to be disciplined. You had to manage risk. But it doesn't mean you have to come in and have a red day, right? Slow Choppy does not mean red. It just means you're not going to really make a whole lot of money. Today was about a 3R green day. It was a decent day, but because of a small number of setups, right? TDIC, a couple of others. But in the morning, and that's just the fact of in a market like this where things are hot. I think the problem is people take yesterday's action into today. They're like, well, yesterday was hot with, if we trade MAXN and AIXI or whatever it was we traded yesterday. And it's like, well, that means today I'm going to come in and get aggressive. I'm going to ignore what the charts are saying, and I'm just going to get aggressive because I want to catch the next big move. Well, you try and do that on a stock that's not being very providing, very forgiving, and you're going to get wrecked. So you got to learn. You got to just be in the driver's seat, respecting what the market is currently telling you, not what you want it to tell you. So somebody told me that I was annoying because all morning in the live stream, I constantly say, don't chase, don't force, just sit back, stick to your rules. If you break rules, you're not going to make any money, blah, blah. And I say that just nonstop because I know, being myself years ago, whenever I was breaking rules left and right, I was in my own head. I want to be in your head while you're going through this stuff, right? To try and prevent you from making the bad mistakes, right? These avoidable mistakes. So, in any case, that's the morning. Pretty good day. Green day recap. But again, it could have been a bad day if you weren't disciplined. But that's any day, right? Eventually, you're not disciplined, you're going to blow up. So you got to learn now before it's too late. All right, that being said, if you did learn a thing or two from this video, make sure to subscribe for daily content just like this, and make sure to grab your 7-day free trial down in the description down below. Trade alongside me in real time every single day. Listen to my annoying voice tell you to sit back and stick to your rules. And comment down below how you did today. As always, I'll catch you in the next one or tomorrow in the live trading stream. I'll see you back then.